What's up, pussies? I only intended to play one song for the pre-stream, but a second song played because I forgot to clear the queue, and I just kind of let it happen because I like that song. So, what are you gonna fucking do? What are you gonna do? Cry about it? Cry. I dare you to. Anyway, welcome. Good morning. What's going on? Robe Top, how you doing? This was how my morning went. Last night I stayed up late as fuck playing Elden Ring with our boy Green. I was up until 2 a.m., which is far later than I usually stay up. The latest I'll stay up most nights is 11 a.m. because you gotta remember I get up at 3 a.m. for work, so 11 a.m. is late for me. 2 a.m. is uber late for me. So I went to sleep. I woke up around 9, which is much later than I normally wake up. I got up, I made pancakes, ate pancakes, did some uploading of videos to my various second channels. And then I laid down on the couch because I was like, it's going to be a while for this podcast episode to upload. I laid down on the couch and I'm going to watch some videos. Fell asleep on the couch for an additional 2 hours. And now I'm here. And it's much later than I intended to stream. And I'm probably not going to be able to sleep as well as I would like to tonight. But we're here. And we're going to play some goddamn video games. So it should be pretty fun. How about we get right into it? They were playing Tyranny, a game that I started last week on the request of our friend Bill. It's a game where you make political decisions and everybody has to listen to you because you have a giant penis. At least as far as I can tell, that's approximately what the plot is. That seems to be the plot. What are these two banners up here? The game froze when I tried to press continue, so we'll see what happens. I should probably make sure it's selected. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now it's loading. Oh, you know what? I think I needed to use the window capture instead of the game capture last time. Or maybe that was a different game though. No, it's probably going to be the window capture. Yeah, now it shows. It's also not responding again, so... Oh. Is it gonna fucking load the game? Hey, there we go. All right. Okay. Epic. Okay.
Yes.
So the first thing we needed to do, how do I pause the game? Last time I got annoyed because the combat was hard and it made me upset because I don't like the combat. When Bill made the suggestion that I just turn down the difficulty because we're just looking for the fun part, which is the conversations with losers anyway. So now the game's on easy mode. This is me. What did I name myself? Big Bitch. Right. My character's name is Big Bitch. That's correct. What's up, Jess? Good morning. By good morning, I mean good afternoon, because it's much later already than I think it is, because I fucked up my sleep schedule by staying up so late last night. We have Barrick, the man fused to his armor who smells like shit, and Verse, the woman. She has boobs. That's about all I need to know. Okay, there was these assholes, and I had to help them get across the bridge. And I already figured out a way to make them see eye to eye by making one of them grovel to the other. I could also bribe one of them, but I'm not about to do that. Okay, so now the conversation part's over. The problem we had last time is I died and I was annoyed. So we're gonna create auto saves, or we're gonna create saves as we go, so I don't have to deal with that anymore. Why is the camera not moving? Was it not WASD to move it? How did I move the camera before? I feel like I didn't have to scroll across the mini map. Right? Am I crazy? I am often crazy, but this is not Pan camera up, pan camera down, pan camera right. Yeah, it should be the fucking WASD. Why isn't it doing a ding dang goddamn thing? Did I press a button that locks the camera somehow? What is this shit? Come on, bro. Why are you being like this? There we go. I think it did. I think it didn't think. I think it didn't think I was inside the window.
There. See that?
Fuck, I forgot about the traps. 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 Where the fuck? Ah, this is wonderful. Am I dead again or am I alive for now?
No, Dad.
I'm dead.
Lend me your strength.
Wait, no, I'm not dead. I'm losing track of who's who. Like, just in general. Okay, if we just wait here a minute, all of our health will come back. Barrick is wounded. He also appears to have stink clouds surrounding him. Poor fella. They just really got to remind him that he smells terrible, don't they? Okay. I'm just clearing out all the conversations I already did. I'll read the conversations when we start finding something new. We already did this too. Gained some favor with her by talking about lore. Okay. Okay, now that part is solved. Then we go back to these fellas. Again. They're making their way. They'll be there eventually. And then we can start to cross the bridge, the thing I did last time before I got fucking murdered. Come here, you pussy. Let me talk to you. Okay, now we cross the rope. I don't know why we're the advanced guard for this when they have their own people and I'm important, unlike them, but here we are regardless of my thoughts on the matter. Do another save right there.
Can't do that. Come at me, grave meat.
What the fuck just happened? There was like an explosion.
Your will is weak.
I'm only really controlling one of these
Won't enjoy
fellas.
this as much as I do.
I miss.
They're all really loud when they fight. They're like screaming and pissing and shitting and coming and everything. Kind of annoying. Okay, that's how we won. Thought I was dead. Go on ahead, Fatebinder. I'm not sure what else they said just there. Verse, heal up fat. Hey, you fuckers, come along with.
Kairos' butchers have come. Flee.
Bye. Talk to you later. Retreat. Captain Martani signals for her Tripsis, runs to the nearby village. There's too many. They've crossed the river. Pull back. There is 3 of us. The Vandarian guard rushed forward to adopt a close formation, covering Captain Martani as she retreats toward the nearby settlement. Athletics 32, brandish your weapon menacingly. Raise your hand if you'll leave behind orphans. What? Okay. One of the soldiers panics at the proposition and breaks formation to flee.
Send me your
Fucking got him. fuck him, kick him in the dick.
I'll hit you twice as hard next time.
I'll hit you quite twice as hard next time.
For me.
Enough with the bravado, dude.
Can't do that.
That's what I'm talking about. I have killed your guards. Now face me, you coward. I don't understand what that line about leaving behind orphans was about, to be real with you fellas, but it worked.
Sorry, I can't.
Whatever we did, it worked. Where am I going? I guess I did the job. I guess I just go back across the river now. Let down the gate. Or let down the bridge, probably. So some fucking losers can get across. Oh wait, shit. They don't want to talk to me anymore. Where do I go now? Continue to Echo Call Village. Okay. What the fuck? Why are none of these guys coming with me? I'm not the fucking Vanguard here. I'm the Tunons whatever. I'm the Fate Binder. I'm the guy who does important shit. I'm not the Vanguard. I don't go and do these kinds of attacks. This is bullshit. I don't want to do this shit.
They're here. Run. Go now.
Come
Look
here,
at
you
that,
pussy.
Major Corpse.
We'll kill you. I will end your life. You will see. It'll be funny.
Uh-huh. Will do. On it. Will do.
Work together, my
Pity
friends.
you won't enjoy this as much as I do.
Got him. Okay, this is much easier when the combat isn't hard.
The Vanguard
Run,
Guard
you
can't protect us.
cowards.
We must go.
Run from me. The villager looks at you in a frightened state. You better be frightened. I will fucking kill you.
Curious.
I see your traps. Why'd you just walk in it, you fucking idiot? Whatever.
Unstoppable.
Pity you won't enjoy.
Why'd stop walking in the traps, guys? Jesus.
Aye.
Why can't they just automatically avoid traps if we fucking detect them? Okay, good job. Go team. Barrick's almost dead. What a pussy. I wonder if permakill is on in this game. Like, if they die, are they just dead forever or what? So, could be kind of funny. Run away from me, you scared villagers. I will make you die. I will piss on your graves and dance on your grandparents.
Kairos' soldiers are here.
That's me, I'm here. But run away from me, pussy. I like this dark spot on the map that isn't going away. It's epic.
Sorry, I can't.
Are you kidding me? Go back over here then. There has to be someone to talk to here. I'm not just here to murder people, right? There's got to be someone I can like have a chat with, be like, there need not be reason for your people to shed blood. Lay down your arms, right? That's got to be a thing. Matani Sybil's shrill voice pierces through the air, a clarion call addressed not to you but to the citizens of the village. Do not fear, sons and daughters of Apex. Kairos hounds are at our doorstep. The Vandarian Guard will not abandon you. Yeah, they'll die. Brave warriors of the Vandarian Guard, these foreigners and sellouts mean to burn our homes and butcher our families. Summon what strength you have and show Kairos the price of taking our land. Several soldiers step out from half-closed doors and dimly lit alleyways, fury blazing in their eyes. The partisans shout battle cries to marshal their courage. There's a fly buzzing around me. And you see the gray gleam of iron as they brandish their weapons and charge. How in the name of Ash did these hill folk get their hands on iron weapons? Beric regards the local with their momentary panic and bewilderment before setting his stance for battle. Who gave these animals such
I'm
weaponry?
not here to make friends. I'll tear your skeleton out by your ass. Good work.
You are now dead, you fool.
Let's give them something to remember.
I gotta say, Beric's voice really isn't what I ever expected to be. He sounds much more. He sound like I expected like a real deep, gravelly voice because he's a man literally fused with his own armor. But
Right.
I suppose that's on me for
Will
having
do.
predispositions.
Now I have to kill you.
Oh, now I have to kill you. Yeah, die trying, pussy.
Aye.
You have now been debuffed. Your men are now dead, and you are next, Sybil. I shall crush your skull with the heel of my boot. You shall see. It will be funny.
Can't do that.
I mean, you can't do that. Just keep fucking walking, idiot. Face me, coward. They're here! Weapons up! And remember those no longer with us. Honor them with your courage and prowess. The captain turns to face you as you approach. Fatebinder, we are proper warriors, are we not? This battle should remain between those of us who specialize in dealing death. Let the villagers go. They did not ask for this conflict. I'm not here for slaughter. I prefer to talk. Really? The trail of my dead friends says otherwise. What is there to say, Fatebinder? Unless it's sorry for all the murders followed by a big swig of hemlock. It's too late for words to solve anything. The captain looks at you expectantly. Her soldiers stand ready, and the muffled cries and sobs of villagers fill the air. So instruction is doomed to fail. Why throw away your lives? My goal is to gain your surrender without bloodshed. The townsfolk may go. I'm going to tell her it's doomed. We won. We have demonstrated that a once vanquished people can rise from the dust and bloody the Archons. If the objective is to send a message to the others in the tiers, then this has been a resounding success. Why resist unity and prosperity? Like the unity between the disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, she throws back her head, issuing a dramatic laugh. That's not the sort of peace we want. Besides, peace is overrated. Peace means tolerating the evil in your neighborhood. It is a cowardly dream for those with simplistic notions of the world. But I concede half your point. A thought dawns across her face with a smile. The Vandarian Guard, it was once simply the army of Apex, but now we volunteers from all the realms joining our cause. So you're correct about bringing unity. My goal is to obtain your surrender without bloodshed. That is a commendable notion, but a tragically simple one at that. If any here could stomach a life in the chorus or submit to the disfavored work camp, that person already surrendered years back. The folks standing here before you are the ones who's serious about our freedom. If I will not have your cooperation, then I will take this village by force. That's about the logic I'd expect from one of the Kairos pawns. The captain points at you, hefting her blade to the ready. I want to spine this pile of shit off my riverbank.
Come at me, brave meat.
Time to murder her entire people.
Good work.
Maybe once the leader dies, the rest will give up. Or not. Seems like that's not happening. It was a nice thought.
Sorry, I can't. Await my signal.
Why did I just leave? I'm still fighting this guy. You will be debuffed.
On it. Let them think.
You shall burn, fool. You shall burn. At mine hand. Did we get them all? Oh, she's not dead. Sybil can barely summon the strength to crawl, and after several attempts, she slips on her own, pooling blood. She lifts her head to focus on you. She mouths several words, though no cognate sound escapes her mouth, until she falls to her knees, bracing her side. What the pussy? Look at all of these assholes. They didn't do anything to help. They didn't do anything. Well done, Fatebinder. If this one survives his wounds, we even have a fresh present of the Archon of Secrets. He did request a personal audience with any lead and we can take alive. That's a mighty big if. These southern folks are a sticky bunch. Antonio wags a hand dismissively. Looking at her suffer, it's making me sick. I'll kill her and get this over with. If I give her to the Scarlet Chorus, see if she... I say give her to Scarlet Chorus, see if she survives the trip back to camp. I mean, she kind of wanted to die. I'm going to kill her. Do it. The words are a command hissed through bloodied lips. With a decisive swing, you bring down your weapon on her skull and shatter her brains across the rooftop. And now the civilians are afraid of me. It would appear that Echo Call Village had a larger enemy presence than we had expected. They also had a whole crop of iron weapons stockpiled here. Bet those innocent villagers were helping to gather battlefield salvage, or maybe stealing from our camp. There are so few iron weapons among the chorus. Seems likely the disfavored need to keep a better eye on their supply lines. And what of this village? The locals could have trapped the houses, so too risky to commandeer the site. He shrugs, his tone becoming matter-of-fact. We should burn the town. I'll cut off support, send a message, and the smoke signal will give the others a visible rallying point when crossing the Matani. Did we just waste all that blood and time capturing this village only to torch it all? Now, I adore the mystical power of fire in ways none of you could possibly understand, but even I think there's a time and place for arson. Fatebinder, kindly tell Antonio he's free to burn his half of the village. The Scarlet Chorus would like to keep our half of the spoils, not smoke it. I think the settlement should be preserved. I didn't spend this whole goddamn time fighting just to blow it up. You fear with Barrack, favor with Chorus, wrath with Vendarian Guard. You place too much trust in these locals, especially after their last deception. The first chance they get, they will turn coat and stab their gang boss in the back. That would only prove our point. They are competent fighters who are better put to work on Kairos' army. No boss who falls to a simple villager deserves to live anyway. Kairos' edict looms overhead. Have we nothing better to do with our time? The disfavored warrior shakes his head in a huff and turns to the squad. Hear that? The chorus just made this town their headache. Now start rounding up your gear. There's a lot to do before we rest. A sensible decision, dear Fatebinder. If we hold to the disfavored pogrom of raised soil, what will remain for us to rule? Bitter Quip claps his hands, raising his voice to address his gangs. Seize this place, search the homes, take all that you can carry, give each survivor a chance of the voice's mercy, but to the ungrateful, be brutal. Fifth Eye needs your services dealing with the Oathbreakers in the Outer Valley, no? Well then, when you are done with the Fifth Eye request, the Archons will be gathering with another meeting at the disfavored camp. As our sole representative of the court, your presence will be required. Don't keep them waiting. So what, I have somewhere else to go now? I have unspent talent points? I have talent points? Give me more speech abilities. Do any of these have speech abilities? No. What is this? I don't know what that does. Do I have unspent points here? Oops, I just spent it. Oh no, I can unspend them. Easy. I'd rather put points into leadership, unless none of these are involving. I don't think any of these involve any kind of fucking You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Just give me more attack options. An aggressive stance that focuses on powerful strikes that penetrate a foe's armor. Let's go with Blitz. I want the Blitz one. Excuse me. Now we need to go to the Outer Valley. Speak with the Fifth Eye at the Scarlet Chorus camp. Okay. Wasn't I already there? Didn't I already try to talk to them, or they shoo me off because I wasn't done here? Did that happen? That might have happened. Well, whatever. Their loss. Is there like a fast way to like teleport, or do I just have to go to an exit every time? Because it's awfully time consuming having to wait for them to just walk over there. Oh shit, I'm not even out of here yet either. There we go. Okay, I guess I can't just travel, so never mind. I do need to make my way to this thing, this shit, this piss and cum. I already got permission to come in here. They shouldn't stop me at the gate. Where is this fifth man? Death Knell. Fifth Eye. The binder of Tunon arrives. Squealing with teenager's timber, the Fifth Eye's voice makes your gums itch and your fingers feel in need of a trim. And we just finished having a bit of sport with some captives. But worry not, we'll have more fun with another match momentarily. Dressed in the bronze and red regalia, the crimson spears, the Fifth Eye beckons you to stand close, wagging a blood-spattered glove. Now that you've issued this edict and doomed us all to die, have you come to help us climb up out of this hole? Chirps of laughter emanate from under his mask. Now you're to follow your order, but we all need to work together to stop this edict. But of course, you are Tunon's concubine, not mine. I envy your long leash and hope you will grace us with your powers, if only to set an example for the rabble. We know the Oathbreakers are focused in the citadel beneath the mountain spire, but we have learned this is not their only nest. The Fifth Eye wags a hand in the air with a high-pitched squeal of displeasure. Given their pattern of attack, they must have a second group maintaining camp here in the Outer Valley. And unless we deal with the second group, they'll attack from behind the moment we cross the river. You have how large a force for all these weeks, and you let the enemy move freely around the valley? The disfavored think you can't control your horde, and that many are defecting back to the Vandarian Guard. I'm hurt, insulting my manners or maturity, but do not insinuate that I sit idle when there's blood to be shed. The Crimson Spear slaps his fists together. We have dealt with countless Oathbreakers, but one group remains at large despite our best efforts. Captain Pelox's crew consistently evades or kills our own gangs. So you just need help taking out these Oathbreakers? The disfavored think you can't control your horde and many are affecting back to the Vandarian Guard. Wrong, and perhaps, he gestured with his spear in an arc towards the sprawling camp, it is no mean feat to herd this many desperate lives. For every 2 hands of humanity, there's at least one finger that taps on the stress of our ways. A few have been lost on the margins. I won't deny that, but if you store grain, expect some rat feces. If you lead killers, expect some desertion. It's not a great mindset, I feel like. It's got this very defeatist attitude. So you can help taking out these oathbreakers? And while a good old-fashioned slaughter would be an efficient solution, smarter answer is not to kill them, but to add their strength to ours. My last group of scouts returned with a few new batch of prisoners, and one of those prisoners claims she can lead us to the Vandarian Guard's secondary camp, though there are shreds of deception in her voice. I could use your help questioning this Varia Kell. Perhaps you will get less screams and tears and more useful information out of her. If we knew where to ambush the Oathbreakers, we could try and take the captain and show him the wisdom of joining the chorus. Why not just hide the Archon of Secrets? I thought I could interrogate anything. I don't belong to Archon Narat. What's my health worth? Are a few more concerts going to change anything at this point? Seems wiser to just kill them. Yeah, why isn't he doing anything? An unintelligible Metter escapes from under the Fifth Eye's mask as his posture stiffens. I do not tell the voices of Narat what to do, nor do I question his motives. The Archon is busy plotting the efficient destruction of these Oathbreakers and is not to be disturbed. I've known the Archon to demand personal interrogations, but it's only ever been with leaders, mages, or others of great merit. I've often imagined the interrogation process is not to be taken lightly. Perhaps it's downright exhausting for Narat. Well, what's my help worth? You wound me, Fatebinder. The Fifth Eye places his hand over his chest, feigning a start of a swoon. And I thought the joy of working for the illustrious Archon of Secrets would be reward enough. But you need to be missing half your bread to think an expert works for free. Tell me, what will make this worth your while? Faithful service is reward enough as long as my efforts are recognized. An honest wage would suffice. My price is knowledge. The Archon of Secrets knows a great deal of magic, does he not? I like the sound of that. Are you sure I can't interest you with pleasure slaves instead? The Fifth Eye taps his finger to his masked chin, a high-pitched groan of contemplation emanating from under the mask. I agree with your conditions. I will share with you some blood chanter lore, but I need time to prepare parchment. And such things will have to wait until the Oathbreakers are silenced, and we are no longer forced to act by this edict. What? So you're saying you won't do it until after the edict's done? You little bitch. I'll speak with the prisoner. I will meet you there. She is waiting by the other prisoners. So I guess I can just follow him. Oh, this motherfucker is slow. There you are. Fifth Eye must authorize all prisoner visits. She's just fucking sitting out here in the middle of nowhere. Is that really a visit? Please, someone! I wish to bow before the voices of Narat. I thought all could find redemption in the chorus. A woman in the makeshift armor of the Vandarian Guard lurches forward in agony. Her soiled, trembling legs suggest she has been forced to stand for days. This one, he flippantly waves at the prisoner, was hollering earlier that she knows the location of the Vandarian Guard encampment, but she isn't being entirely honest. I told this thing, the prisoner turns pale a moment before a look of determination comes over her face, that I wanted a guarantee I'd live and be welcome to the chorus as a captain. Then I'll talk. Otherwise, they'll just kill me once I've opened up. I was dumb enough to join the Vandarian Guard, but I'm not dumb enough to give away my bargaining bronze. You claim you would disavow your people for the Scarlet Chorus. Why the change of heart? Because I want to live, and I don't need to be the Archon of Premonitions to know that younger realms are gone for good. She blinks several times, catching her breath. Kairos is the new strength of the tears, and I would rather stand with the Archons than be crushed by them. Really a bad time to mention standing if you've been standing for several days. Why should I trust you? I suppose I have no answer for that. His eyes fall to the ground as she swallows nervously. When I joined the Vandarian Guard, I accepted their broken vow unto myself. Have you not felt passion for a foolish cause, one you later came to regret? While my surrender is sincere and I'm willing to bow before the voices of Narat my surrender is sincere, and I'm willing to bow before the voices of Narat to prove it. Tell me what you know and I can see your release. I heard the chorus is looking for Captain Pelux Florian and his crew. I can lead you to them, but only if you release me. She turns her head, taking a long look at the skewered, smoldering corpse around her. She tugs at her restraints, but to no avail. You're lying. Why don't you tell me what you actually know, and I'll see about saving you. Could try to scare her too. I'm gonna try the subterfuge option. Well, you see, shaken by your demand, her lips move wordlessly for several seconds. So I don't know exactly where the rest of my crew is, but I could tell you. She shakes her head, catching her breath. Search that one. She reaches up with her right leg and points with her foot, calling attention to a nearby pile of corpses. The tall, dark one, missing most of his face. Check his left boot. He was the literate one in our crew. He had the orders. With a snap of his fingers, a pair of choir men yank the boot off the fallen guardsman. A rolled parchment slides out of the boot and is thrust into the fifth eye's hand. He unfurls the scroll to give it a read. It's nonsense, just a mash of words. Laughter erupts from under the mask. She said she had information. She gives us garbage. Slay this wretch for wasting our time. He snaps his finger at a nearby Scarlet Fury, who had promptly snatches a long knife from her belt. I heard her say she'd swear fealty to the voice of Narat. An initiation rite would be in order. Seeing as you are an expert on the subject of fate, I will entertain your wisdom on the matter. What then would you propose we do with her? Points to the other two prisoners. Let's test her loyalty. Varaya, kill these guardsmen with something blunt. Send her back as our agent. When the time comes, she'll aid us, or we will track down her kin. You're wasting a good slave. Work her until she's broken and feed her to the pigs. I like the agent idea. I'll need to think of a good explanation for my escape, but I'm certain I can return and avoid suspicion. Thank you. You will not regret this act of mercy. This will end amusingly. For the Vendarian Guard, it would be smart to assume she only escaped by our whims. You there, the fifth eye barks at a pair of guardsmen, beckoning them forward. Release our newest recruit. She has orders to infiltrate the Oathbreakers. See that she is escorted to the river's edge. This could end really badly, but it could also go really well. Varaya inhales deeply, flexing her fingers as she shakes off the stiffness of being tied to a post for days. I will return to the Vendarian Guard. Act well my part and await further instructions from the chorus. With a nod, she follows her escorts out of the camp. Enter Skyrim, I'm going to bed. Just dropped in to say hi and for the juicy viewer. Thank you, Just. I appreciate you. Have a good night. Sleep well. We're no closer to finding the Oathbreaker's position. Not with this cryptic mess. She promised us answers and all she gave us was gibberish.
Sorry to interrupt, but I highly doubt it's gibberish. More likely, it's one of the local scripts.
We have another defector. The voice comes from another prisoner, tied up next to Varaya, an older gentleman with the quills, ink files, and parchment scrolls one finds on the sages of the school of ink and quill. Ink smudges cover his cheeks, temples, and ears. His clothes appear charred, and in between the rips of the fabric, you spot burn scars along his arms. Despite being emaciated and tied to a post, he offers a beaming smile. Who are you?
I'm Sage Lantry, one of the hired quills that was coordinating missives between the Vendrian Guard captains. They aren't paying me anymore and aren't coming to my rescue. So I'll decipher that parchment for you. That's what smart prisoners do, right? Make themselves useful.
Let me read the parchment first. You unroll the parchment and see a message of modest length written with professional, albeit hasty penmanship. The Tearsmen speak with the canto just like the Northerners, but they have a half a dozen different ways of writing it. The particular script is unknown to you. Can you read this?
Well, let me see. I can't.
You hold the parchment in front of the bound sage, and his eyes dart down the length of the missive. He reads the words a second time, nodding in silence. Before I go, what are your thoughts on the Chainsaw Man trailer? I think it looks fucking incredible. Looks fucking awesome. I'm a little disappointed that we aren't seeing like them use color the way that we see on like Fujimoto's volume covers. I was really hoping we'd see like a lot of fucky color schemes. But at the same time, like the aesthetic they're going for is really interesting too. I like it. I'm pretty excited to see it.
So, I don't know exactly what it says, but I'm half certain that's Sage Selwyn's handwriting. I'm sure I could decipher that in a few hours' time. Don't need my hands free, but I think better when not tied to a post. I know, I'm weird that way.
I like this guy.
A few hours? Either you can read it or you cannot. What use is a sage that doesn't know his letters? I've heard all I need to hear. I say we have some fun with this one.
It can't hurt to give him a few hours. Your life depends on you translating this scroll now. Should I give him a chance? Like JoJo with the weird colors would be cool if it was like that. Yeah, I don't know. Like, Chainsaw Man color spreads have such a unique style when it comes to color. I was really hoping they would use that. But, like I said, I still think it looks really cool the way they are using colors. It can't hurt to give them a few hours.
You read the edict. I don't need to tell you the Sundial's working against us. This addled old bag is just trying to stall us.
That's actually a fair point. The voices of Rat will be upset to know you squandered a source of enemy intelligence. It's trying to help. Isn't that worth something? Actually, I like this option.
How true, then we shan't put him to waste. He will serve as our most riveting source of amusement as we put him on trial.
Fatebinder, I beseech you, be my advocate for this trial. I'm no fool. I know the chorus uses blood, not words, to settle these matters. But you are a servant of the Archon of Justice, are you not?
That's true. I'm agent of the court. I don't know how he makes colors look so good. He's a genius. He's a genius when it comes to color work. He really is. At least he's insane. And a genius just kind of in general. Fine, but I'll be his champion. This one needs to live. Release the prisoner at once. I'm taking him into my custody. We need the prisoner alive. This is a terrible idea. Yeah, basically useful information. You know, I'll gain their respect if I take part in their little game.
Good. I like it when Tunon's puppies get their paws dirty.
Thanks, first.
I wouldn't mind taking a swing at some loudmouth chorus braggarts myself.
Did you hear that, brothers and sisters? Raising his arms to the sky, the fifth eye roars for all nearby to hear. Trial by combat is upon us!
The sage is unmounted from the post. Stiff legs nearly buckle as he attempts to walk, and his arms flex and flail in their new freedom. Wiping sweat and grime from his brow, the sage steps close to you with a nervous smile. Rhythmic roaring and stomping of hundreds of feet in unison flood the camp. Horsemen begin to circle and swirl about, brandishing weapons and cheering. If they got this worked up to fight the enemy, eventually the war would be over by now.
Begin the chant of gathering. Let the warriors know that tonight's entertainment will soon commence. Brothers and sisters, who amongst you says to stand for strength? Who amongst you will help winnow the weak from the strong?
The fifth eye waves his hand in the air, drawing in a gathering of chorus soldiers. How many of these fuckos do I have to fight? Just 4 on 4?
Our claimants have been assembled. Now let the trial of the Oathbreaker begin.
Send them at me!
Oh, that one's fucking
Okay. Okay, I've got a new guy on my team, I guess.
Await my signal. Right.
Oh, these fuckers are weak. There's nothing to do with me changing it to easy difficulty.
By the righteous bleeding of shedding of blood, we have found our answer. Regrettably, it appears the sage is worthy of leaving our camp alive. Fifth Eye offers a short and mocking bow to Lantry. By the custom set forth by the voices of Narat, you are free to go, old man. Brag to your grandkids that you fell afoul of the chorus, yet lived to tell the tale.
Chorus is a rather bloody definition of the word trial. That was fun. Your warriors almost put up a good fight. Yeah, I'll make fun of him.
It really is bloodletting weather, is it not? My conscripts need to see more warriors of your skill in action. I thank you for the lesson you have given this camp.
I thought I'd die tied to that post. The sage looks down at his rope-worn wrists in disbelief. Now hand me that parchment. I'm certain I can decipher it. So he's just on my team now, huh? It's cool, I like him. Well, much of the parchment was weathered, but I could make out the important parts of the text. The note makes mention of a meeting spot west of Tripnet. Tripnettle Wilderness is now unlocked on the world map.
So the old sage knows his words after all. I'd ask that you travel ahead and see if you can't get this Captain Florian to yield to the chorus. They will strike at the first sight of a chorus gang, but perhaps they'll parlay if yours is the face they see. I know the area, and I suggest we go at once. I'll show you the way, and we're going to be far from the stench of this camp. Something is missed. There's a lot of fighting you for an old scholar. Now you're offering to join this expedition? I met sages that every bit as cutthroat as hardened gang bosses. They act the part of the doddering skies, but don't let that fool you. Smart for someone your age to be so mistrusting, but I'm not with the oath breakers, if that's what you're fishing at. I worked for them under duress, but I have no love for them. I'm not about to pledge to the chorus, and the disfavored wouldn't have me. Still, I consider myself a Kairos-fearing vassal of the Overlord's empire all the same. For as long as I've been a sage, I've been trained to defend myself. We don't spend all our time binding books and sketching wildlife, just most of it. For centuries, we've been in a quiet war with the School of Tides and the School of Wild Breath. You can't travel alone as much as I do and not know the bronze dance. Your little quill dagger just for decoration? Well, I mean, sages always need to have a quill handy, so it just sort of blends into the ensemble on a casual glance. And the customary term is bladed remex, but who's keeping track? You have to come with me? Why? I wanted to come with. I like him. So you're fealty to me, and I'll let you leave this place with me. I like that. If that is your price, I will pay it. I, Sage Landry of the School of Ink and Quill, do pledge my services in Skane to the Fate Binder, and by extension, the Court of Tunon. He dips into a steep bow before rising with a solemn smile. I know I may seem old and frail, but I know how to step lightly and how to not get killed. Really, I won't slow you down. Lead the way, let me know if I can be of service. Are we done here? Let's hightail to Tripnettle. If your new pet doesn't behave himself along the way, I'm not above clipping his ears. Sweet.
Hi.
New boy on the team. Let's get to it, fellas. Oh, that's a long journey. We're definitely going to get stopped part way. Surprisingly not. Okay, I think the game saved when I got here. Yeah, it did. We're good. What's up, JT? Reinforcements! Finally, come this way. We need to... The chorus warrior pumps his tattooed arm in salute. Midway through the gesture, a look of confusion dawns across his painted face. Sister Verse, what did I do to deserve such a helping hand? A chuckle escapes the man before he shudders, placing a hand over his mouth, at once alert of the need to remain quiet. His voice drops to a harsh whisper. The fifth eye has a sense of humor sending you. Verse turns a cold glare, but says nothing. I'm here to round up the Vendarian Guard. Yeah, I don't give a shit about their relationship. Never seen this game before? It's interesting. One of my viewers bought it for me to force me to play it, and now he's not even here. He's not even here watching. But it's interesting. It's a CRPG where you're kind of an enforcer, or you're like an agent of the court come to mediate between two factions of an alliance that don't super get along, trying to take over some land. And it's interesting. I like the decision-making aspects of it. Oh yeah? Come to steal my quarry? He lets out a muffled chuckle through a half set of teeth. Who am I fooling? We met our match 2 days ago and aren't in any shape to tussle again. Much as I'd love the bragging rights of claiming some scalps, my gang needs to rest before we pick another fight. Their camp is just yonder, he points to the northeast, and we have kept an eye on them for the last couple days. Some of them left a few hours ago, looking for food. Maybe out on patrol, but they haven't returned yet. Might be wise to strike now while they're divided. Leave the Oak Breakers to me. Multiple endings? I would assume so. So far, it does seem like choices actually matter in this game, unlike other games that pretend choices matter, but they all lead to the same ending. Here, I feel like I'm actually having an impact, and it's really cool. My gang and I will lurk nearby. When you make your move, we'll descend and help with capturing Florian. Don't worry, I'll let the others know you did the heavy lifting. I'll cheat at battle, but not with my reputation. He said to the northeast, yeah? Let me save. I'm going to save off there after every conversation, just because it's
It's really annoying to have to redo them.
Can't do that.
Okay, the entire camp is encircled. Can I just move this
Sorry,
box?
I
And
can't.
come on, bro. All right, I guess we're going the long way around.
Found something.
Found something? What did you get? Iron dagger. Oh, no, this is staff of atrophy. Cool. Is anybody in this? What is the old man? He uses daggers, right? Or a dagger? Yeah. No one in our group uses staves at the
Look at
moment.
that, a future chorus.
Wow, we're just already murdering them. I thought I was here to talk. All right, whatever.
Can't do that.
Well played.
Oh, there's a trap on the ground. You are in trouble, my friend. Are we really just not disarm it? Wait, hang on. Oh, okay, so we can disarm traps, so I stop stepping on them, even though I know they're there. Got it.
I got it.
Can you end up changing out your party / customizing them, or does each character have basically a defined role like DPS, tank, healer, etc.? I'm assuming you can. I have been given the option in dialogue to refuse people joining my party. Like this old man here that just joined me, I didn't have to let him join me. I have let everybody join me so far, but I'm pretty sure it's optional for anybody to join you, really.
What do we have here?
Shit. Got hit by the trap.
On my command.
Why are you spinning around?
Can't do that. Await my signal.
One character solo run win. The one thing I really dislike about this game is the combat. Like, it's really not very fun,
Change weapons.
but it's not really the focus of the game, so I don't mind. The like dialogue and decision making is actually like one of the best parts of the game, which is surprising because that's usually the part that I hate.
Weapon is useless.
Since, you know, most games it doesn't actually matter that much. So I hear multiple people say this weapon is entirely useless. Are we having weapons break? Is that what I'm hearing? Are our weapons breaking? Is that a thing that happens? I guess I wouldn't be shocked. Doesn't seem like our weapons break. Am I crazy? I think they were just complaining.
Aye. Found something.
Ooh, let me disarm that then. Wait, I don't have enough. Are you fucking kidding me? Barrick, you moron. Let's skirt around the outside of the camp, take care of any more stragglers. Okay. Now we can head inside. Come here,
see
you
that?
pussy. The Overlord's peons have arrived. Blades up! Falcons in hands and ready for battle. The Vandarian Guard captain bellows orders to the warriors in his camp. Dressed in tarnished bronze and sporting countless scars across his arms, Palox Florian towers over his peers. If you value your life, drop everything and flee, or stand and fight. I'm happy with that option too, which just seemed unsporting for me to suggest it. Surrender now and I can protect the lives of your warriors. I left my nicest blue flag back at camp, but I'd like to talk all the same. I'm going to try to talk to him. Can't believe this game copied Breath of the Wild and let weapons break. Oh, 1 year before too. They've just fucking snuck into Nintendo's headquarters and stole that idea. You want to talk? Florian looks in either direction of his soldiers, gauging their reactions. Fine, speak your mind.
Try anything funny and I'll run my falcons clear up your backside until you taste bronze.
Graven asked him to inquire about the disfavor taking captain during the uprising. Scarlet Chorus want you, just you. The rest of your warriors are incidental. They can walk away and nobody will notice. We have your brother Tyrell and his band, most of his band, sent through the edge ring. Graven Ash wants one, Paylogs for another. This is interesting. This is very interesting. I don't know if I want to... I mean, both of them are lies. It's just a question of whether or not he knows where his brother's at. I feel like I'm more likely to get away with the lie about Graven Ash, although I don't know why it's a lie at all. He did? Shut up, Barrack! Quiet down, oaf.
Them, he regards you with a puzzled look. Captain Tarkus would know more. I've been in the field for some time now.
He lifts an eyebrow, sizing you up.
I'm sure you know we don't kill prisoners, but I can't give you a better answer than that.
I kind of don't want to lie about his brother. I feel like it'd be a really easy one to get called out on. What are you doing out here?
Preying on wayward soldiers.
He shrugs with a pained smile.
Did you come out here for chit-chat?
Okay, I'll try lying to him.
Tyrell is alive.
His eyes widen in surprise as he shuffles his stance.
Is he well? Well enough? Do you prove that he is alive?
He's wounded but will recover, and I did not think to take his ear or finger as proof. Apologies. I asked if he had a message to send, and he swore to me and called me Kairos Coxswain. I was only joking. I watched your brother die. I thought you should know that before you join him. That'd be a real fucked up thing to do. Just raise his hope and dash instantly. Fuck you, guy. I'm tempted to do it. That's such a dick move. I mean, he's going to find out I lied either way. Third option is a dick thing to say. It's a big dick thing to say. If anything, it's not going to scare him. It's just going to make him angrier. And I'm trying to avoid battle here. I'll tell him I'm treating his guy well.
If my life could purchase that of my crew, my brother and his warriors, he taps his finger to his chin, narrowing his eyes as he sizes you up. The Vandarian captain inhales deeply, taking a quick survey of his soldiers as he exhales slowly. I will do it. If you allow my soldiers to leave, I will concede and agree to be your prisoner.
I'm in a merciful, I'll let all of you leave? No way I'm letting all of them leave. I don't love the idea of leaving men alive, but this avoids combat, and I'm trying to avoid that, so I'm trying to do as much of a pacifist run as we can. Surrender the rest of your crew may leave.
You hear that? Go on and tell the crew back home that I'll return soon. And if not,
the captain turns his gaze towards you.
Well, if that happens, I trust you will avenge me. But if the Fatebinder speaks true, I'll be back soon. I'll even bring back a souvenir. The severed head of the voices of Narat.
Nothing personal, but I can't come back empty-handed. That said, I only need you. The rest are free to go. Say your farewells. You're coming with me. Each warrior in turn approaches Florian, embraces and readies to depart with a silent nod. When the warriors have said their goodbyes, they hoist their rucksack and depart. There's only 2 guys alive anyway. Port back to fake limp. Okay. Where's he going? There's shit in here. It belongs to me now. Striding into camp at the tail end of a sprint, the Scarlet Chorus warrior begins to speak, but stumbles forward, bracing himself, short of collapse as he catches his breath. More on the way. His words roll out between labored breath. Patrol for this morning. Coming back. Surrenders, then walks away anyway. Yeah, he's just fucking pieced out on his own. Well, look at that. He smiles, exhausted grin through his heavy breathing. The captain is in one piece, just as requested. Their voices will be pleased. Are I supposed to keep them all together?
Wait, the voices will be pleased? I thought I was going to see General Ash. Wasn't part of... The captain's lips curl into a sneer. I should have fucking known better. The captain looks down at his feet. A slow smile creeps over his face. You haven't won just yet. Second patrol should be returning right about now. If you can tackle the incoming control, me and the gang will see Florian is brought back to camp. The warrior salutes you with a wicked smile. Oh, I'm to tell you to report to this favorite camp. The 2 Archons are gathering for another meeting and demand your presence. With any luck, maybe our fearless leaders are finally ready to deal with this Oathbreakers once and for all. Fuck, I have to fight somebody anyway.
Yes.
Well, I suppose here we go. Do a little save here before we do this. Shouldn't be too hard. I think I only see 3 guys. I've got 4. I have more men than they have. And also they're pussies.
I am a shield wall unto myself.
Right. Got it.
Why can't I use any of my abilities? There we go.
Something to remember.
Where did all this blood come from?
Oh, hey, the old man died. That's epic. Probably because the game wouldn't let me use my goddamn abilities for the first several seconds.
Do this.
Let's debuff the man. You are all that's left, boy.
Will do.
I hope you prepared yourself. Do you think the guy figured out that I lied about his brother being alive yet? Or is he still dumb to that?
Will do.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm going all the way back to the disfavored camp. Isn't that going to take like 12 hours to go back to? 9 hours and 15 minutes. We're wasting a lot of my precious time trying to get back between places. I'm sure he'll never know. Probably die before they ever tell him. All right, you fucking assholes. All right, this is the fun part of the game. This is having a meeting with these 2 chuckleheads. They're fun guys. I like them. Hey, Archons, look at all my boys.
How can we trust your rabble not to turn at this last moment? How many of your conscripts have family bonds to the Vendrian Guard? It is decided. The disfavored will take the vanguard of the assault. It is the only way to assure success before the edict comes to pass.
That's a good point. Graven Ash's roar pulses your eardrums, his face reddening as he yells.
Oh, you're so young. We can forgive you for being stupid. Without your Archon of Stone to bring down those walls, you're out of your element. Only the chorus has the numbers required to swarm the walls from all sides. We will lead the vanguard of this battle.
The best the chorus could accomplish would be leaving a ramp-shaped pile of corpses propped up against the walls for my warriors to use. Their fortifications are not a concern. Even understaffed, my Earthshakers could breach the masonry in short order.
Man's got a dang point.
Another brilliant idea. Cairn's cult is, we're sure, every bit as trustworthy and sane as the late Archon of Stone himself. You did notice the spire at the center of the citadel? Hard to miss it, being only the tallest thing on the horizon and such. Certainly your Earth mages won't do anything stupid like, say, breaking the spire's foundation. What could possibly go wrong?
The voices of Narat lazily twirls his scepter. I mean, would that be so bad? It's not our building. Who cares if it gets broken?
I trust them more than I trust your circus of rapists, sellswords, and turncoat tearsmen.
Archon Ash turns his head, and upon seeing you in the tent, relaxes his posture.
Tunon's Fatebinder has arrived.
The war tent falls silent, and all eyes turn to you expectantly. Our operations in Echo Cull Crossing and Trip Nettle Wilderness were successful. Why aren't you 2 marching toward Ascension Hall?
My missions in Echo Call Crossing and Trip Nettle Wilderness were successful, with help from the disfavored. I was victorious in Echo Call Crossing and Trip Nettle Wilderness, despite the constant ineptitude of the chorus. Damn, so I can either be nice to the disfavored or be mean to the chorus, or just... I'm just gonna ask him what the fuck they're waiting for.
Why is it my so-called allies are more willing to belittle than to assist? The Vendrian Guard have been the least of my headaches in this damned valley.
Oh, quit being such a baby.
Now that we are all assembled, I want reports. The Scarlet Chorus was going to resolve the Oathbreaker presence in the Outer Valley. What became of that?
Yes, what did become of that? We should know already, yet we do not. If we are not mistaken, the Fatebinder played a pivotal role in this operation. Fifth Eye, shed light on this baffling question.
The Oathbreaker Raiders were broken, and most importantly, their captain was taken. And he has told us, the Archon of Secrets grips his helmet as a chittering percussion of whispers pour forth.
Nothing. Curse you motherless fucks! What have you brought but fire and suffering?
The voice of Nerat slaps the forehead portion of his mask, and for a moment, the emerald flames within his robes dim.
Oh, suffering doesn't really capture the nuance of what we've done. Apologies. We've been savoring this one's defiance. We know much of their inner workings, their desperate allies, their foolish hopes. This is our battle to lose.
I'm confused about whatever's going on with him. He's having like a real identity crisis while we're trying to have a fucking war meeting here, and I would really appreciate it if he'd knock it the fuck off.
Why I am on equal footing with Kairos' clown, I will never understand. So, Fatebinder, you would deem this mission successful?
The Oathbreakers were scattered, and I took the captain alive as requested. There's not much to add. Palox Florian was a boastful leader from an influential family. His recruitment will demoralize the enemy. Palox Florian was renowned for skill at arms. It would have been better to best him in battle, send a stronger message. I think his recruitment would be better.
Iron Marshal, I understand we've established a foothold across the Mittani. Report.
Securing the Mittani was a gruesome affair. An agent of the School of Tides still lives, and the river was turned against us. Despite our losses, the day ended a success at Echo Call Crossing, though the victory came at great cost. When it came time to secure the nearby Echo Call village, there was a distressing discovery. The villagers had been stashing iron weaponry, no doubt stolen from our supply lines. Commander Antonio wished to burn the village, but the chorus disagreed, and the Fatebinder backed their claim. A few of them got away, but their leader, Captain Mittani Sybil, did not. Our spies tell us she was one of the founding members of this insurrection. Her death would no doubt dishearten the Oathbreakers.
One less noble scion of Apex with delusions of relevance. Good riddance.
Have we forgotten why we marched south in the first place? Are we to rule over a sea of corpses? Have you any idea how difficult it is to tax dead people? Your treatment of the locals is short-sighted. We alone follow the commandments of the Overlord.
That's a dick thing to say. As if to emphasize his words and what the conductors want, his words with the conductor's wand, the voices of Nerat flourishes his jeweled scepter in the air. We can safely assume Kairos wants some bloodshed, otherwise why send disfavored? My intent was to honor the chorus and bring you a captain, but it would have taken a gang of warriors with nets to take her alive. Oh, so Kairos commanded you to be an insufferable ass at every turn? If so, good job. I love that option. I love just being an asshole to everybody. How are the dead people going to object to being taxed? Just take their money. What are they going to do? Reanimate themselves and take it back? But we're talking about in the long run, though. They can make more money and pay us more than if we just take what they have now. I want to call them an ass.
Oh, if our mannerisms offend your sensibilities, dear Fatebinder, then good. We do not want or need your love.
Enough! If these are my allies, why bother with the enemy? Even the low-born Oathbreakers have the honor and decency to...
The Archon of War slams them all to the ground with a bone-rattling thud. This man just does nothing but complain.
Oh, finish your thought, old chap. They have the honor and decency to... Do what? To abide by some sort of deal you made with them?
Is he suggesting that Graven Ash is turncoat? The voices of Nerat spins his scepter in the palm of his hand. Scowling at the Archon of Secrets, Graven Ash says nothing, his body heaving with agitation. If you two are unwilling to work together as Fatebinder Tunon, I will order you to do so.
A truce with the Oathbreakers? Is this true? I'm curious.
It's immaterial is what it is. The edict is all that matters now, and we will march on Ascension Hall and avenge our fallen brethren.
Sounds like this motherfucker made a truce. I will order you to do so.
With whom do you stand?
The voices of Narat mask tilts sideways as he lurches forward, wagging his scepter at you. Tent grows quiet as this gathering looks at you in anticipation. You will march on the Vendarian Well Citadel together or not at all. Yeah, I like that.
Test my patience, Fatebinder. We did not ask for a weak compromise that leaves all parties unsatisfied. Whom do you support?
Oh, come
Are
on.
you going to let the Scarlet Chorus traitors have their way? Or will you stand by Kairos' true disciples, the disfavored?
So I have to choose. Why do I have to fucking choose what these pussies are gonna do? Take care of yourselves, you assholes. I guess that's the point of the game. I've been siding with the Scarlet's Chorus kind of a lot throughout this entire thing. I'll let the disfavored do their thing.
You honor us, as I knew you would. You have made the right choice. The disfavored have stood at the forefront of battle since the first days of the war. And now, we have the honor of winning this final battle.
Graven Ash salutes you, his fist striking his breastplate with a thunderous clatter.
Beloved Chorus! We have too many lives to protect. We can't allow your foolish decision to destroy us all!
A brilliant emerald green radiates from the Archon, and the chatter of busy marketplace seems to fill the tent. The scepter he normally holds as a playful prop is now clutched as a bludgeon, ready to strike.
Who would dare harm me and our guest from the court?
The air crackles with electricity as the Graven Ash lifts his maul to strike. Seriously? They're fighting now? They're actually fighting now?
By Kairos' word, this means war! How did it come to this?
The fuck? You rouse to consciousness to the sight of Graven Ash, swatting his hand towards the thinning green mist where the voice of the rat once stood moments ago. Are you sure you wish to go to war against the Chorus?
What other choice am I given? It is clear the voices of Narat would endanger all of us out of vanity. Besides, we all know when this war is over, someone must rule and protect the Tears. So I will start protecting the Tears from the depravity of the Scarlet Chorus.
Okay, so this is interesting. So by choosing to have them lead the battle, I effectively chose which side I'm on in this war that I now have to take part in, I think is what I'm to see. If I had chosen to have the Scarlet Chorus lead, I think I would have been fighting with them. Saw you step in front of me. Thank
Just
you.
old soldier reflexes. Couldn't be sure if it was trying a simple illusion or a bolt of fire. Either way, needed to be sure my guest didn't perish in my war tent. Wouldn't be able to live that one down.
We'll take the Ascension Hall without the Chorus help.
And instead of having false allies on our side, at least we can march on the Citadel knowing full well who is friend and foe. And it goes without saying, the disfavored needs you now for this glorious battle. Please speak with the Iron Marshal. She will give you the specifics of our plan.
I don't like this potential truce he's formed with the Vendarians. That's concerning. That might be a problem for me at some point.
The Archon of Secrets left behind one of his spies. Perhaps we should send her back to her master in pieces.
Graven Ash narrows his eyes and points a finger at Verse. No, Verse is mine now. Merrick's armor makes a discordant sound of iron bending under pressure. Everyone assembled in the room looks at him.
Something to say, Beric?
Ash passes his stone shield a confused look.
Nothing at present, Archon. Forgive the interruption.
Beric looks to you with a vague hope in his otherwise impersonal stare. I don't know what he's hoping for. Maybe to kill Verse? Verse is with me.
You would harbor the Archon's henchmen in your company? This is aiding and abetting the voices of Narat. I cannot stand for it.
You can. Taking the spy back in pieces would be funny. But she's my friend. She's been with me since the beginning.
You can and you will. She's necessary to my work, which puts her under the court's protection. She can't tell us about the Scarlet Chorus of the Voices of Narada. She's dead. Maybe I want the voices to think I'm carefully observed. I'm being carefully observed. I like that. I like the lore option.
You would twist her loyalties from the chorus to yourself? A fool's hope, if ever I heard one. Safer to leave her hanging by a gibbet or rotting in the pillory for the Legion's amusement. But I can tell that you won't be swayed. You are playing a dangerous game, Binder. If you wish to hold a venomous serpent so close, I will allow you your own self-destruction. Now leave.
Thanks, bro.
When you are ready to join the assault, speak to the Iron Marshal.
I think I have to have a chat with Verse now after all that. Definitely seemed like Barrick was ready to just murder Verse.
Fatebinder. Always a pleasure.
Verse sizes you up with open curiosity. When her sentence is done, she laughs to herself, shaking her head.
What do you need?
Are you a spy for the Voices of Narad? Verse regards you in unreadable expression. Her mismatched eyes look at each of yours in turn. Insufficient reputation. I mean, does it even matter? You have to decide for yourself whether or not I'm worth trusting. Is keeping me along worth the risk that I'll spill the occasional word about you, about what you ate for breakfast? The Voice of Narad is the Archon of Secrets, not the Archon of Honesty or Fair Dealings. If you don't assume that everyone is already reports to him, you're not being careful enough. Oh, no.
What did you have in mind?
Well, there's an edict hanging over her head. As far as I'm concerned, the incompetence of the disfavored got us into this mess, and it will take the fury of the Scarlet Course to get us out. In other words, nothing ever changes. Well, definitely seems like she's not on our side here. That's not good.
Fatebinder. Always a pleasure. What do you need?
I think I need to make her more afraid of me.
If you insist. I'm a Scarlet Fury. That should raise some flags for you. It means that I'm good at killing, and more importantly, that I enjoy it. What I won't enjoy are the pleasures of funerary rites packed with weeping mourners. Someday I'll fall in battle, and then they'll roll me into a mass grave or heap me atop a shit-stained wagon. One more anonymous, knife-riddled piece of meat. Until then, I plan to take whatever I can from life and have a little fun along the way.
Seems like we should have killed her. I'm not gonna save Scum and redo it.
Always what do you need?
I think one of two things needs to happen. I either need to increase her loyalty or increase her fear. What I really need to do right now is blow my nose. I'll be right back. Where's the chair emote when you need it? Why? Because my chair was just sitting on the stream? I wonder if I could go travel to the Scarlet Chorus camp. I just stayed right there. And try to join them instead. Nope, I'm not allowed to travel there anymore. Okay, that's exciting. Probably should have killed Verse, I'm not gonna lie about that. It's weird that I wasn't allowed to talk to her at all throughout all that. The time is upon us, Iron Marshal Arianos nods at you with a serene smile. We march on Vendarian's well to show the Tearsmen the price of insurrection. She looks in either direction, surveying the movement of ironclad warriors ready for battle. Kairos' edict will soon come to bear, and we should move at once, Fatebinder. If you are willing, I would use your assistant. We are in a tight-knit band, and while we are not outclassed, we are outnumbered. Will you march into battle with us? Who am I going to battle against right now? What are the Scarlet Chorus? Will you ask me to fight them as well? It offends us to violate Kairos' peace, but the voice of Narad is a gangrenous limb, sort of malady that, if tolerated, destroys from within. She shakes her head, lowering her gaze. So yes, if the Chorus stands between us and our goal, and I'm certain they will, we will have to draw blood. I'm not amused by this fight between armies. The Overlord brings peace. Sword of Disorder runs against the harmony Kairos gives us. We will answer for our actions in due time, but for now, our survival hinges on taking Ascension Hall, killing the Scarlet Chorus in self-defense by any means. By any measure. Our forces are assembling as we speak. We will meet you at the Citadel. Graven Ash protects. Offers a firm salute, then turns to her troops. Okay, I guess. This seems kind of sus. I'm not going to lie about that bit sus. We're going to have to pass by the camp to go where we need to go, right? Is there any chance that we're just going to get fucking intercepted and murdered? Guess not.
The Iron Marshal is just ahead of us. We should confer with her.
Thanks. What's your face? What is his name again? Something with an E. Old Lucy. Those guys the Stone Shakers? Fatebinder, come this way. The Iron Marshal welcomes you with a clattering salute. The enemy left only a pittance of soldiers to slow our advance. The majority of the warriors are holed up within the Citadel. No use trying to lure them out. We have to bring the fight inside. That wall, she points north, is where the Earthshakers are focusing their magic. They cannot afford to be imprecise with their tremor sigils with the spire so close. And we will need to contend with the Defender's mages if we're to crack the perimeter. What are the Scarlet Chorus? I'm wondering that myself. We got here first. No surprise given how long it takes to get a disorganized mob to go anywhere. Make no mistake, I'm certain they'll descend upon us soon and complicate our dance. Graven Ash has authorized us to defend ourselves should any choirmen obstruct or impede the taking of Ascension Hall. It may mean having enemies at all sides, but the Chorus are hardly a worthy enemy. The best I can do is delay us. With the edict looming, stalling us is threat enough. How can I help? The enemy sages are working some sort of protective magic that's keeping the wall held together. I need to silence their resistance. Head east and secure our way over the wall. My troops aren't dressed for scaling. Kill the sages, the Earthshakers will clear the way, and we'll meet you inside. Now, go with the glory of Kairos, and if you are wounded in battle, come see me. I've got someone wounded right now. I'd like to rest before continuing. 8 hours of rest? No. What's your face? What's his name? Lantry? You're just going to have to suck it up.
More tallies to the body count.
Ready? Await my signal.
Who are we fighting
Can't
right
do
now?
that. Will do. Will do.
Take him out one at a time.
On my command.
Get back here!
Tried to run away, pussy. No, no, no. It's fine. It's fine. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. We'll fight when he wants to fight.
Grovel before me!
Harsh words would cause more harm than this useless weapon.
Right.
Get burned, idiot. I keep hearing them mention something about useless weapons. Are my weapons like that shit? Hang on. I have one iron dagger. Is it better than his current one? Yes, it is. There you go. The slot can not be changed in combat. We're not in combat right now. What are you talking about?
I got it.
Aren't we? Can I give him two? There you go. Now you got two daggers. Stop complaining about shit.
Curious.
Take it apart, boy.
Trouble is afoot.
Well, that's kind of a lot of guys.
You got it.
On your knees, worm!
Wow, they're like all focusing on me. That's epic.
On it. I got it.
Ready?
Bleed out, you little shit.
This weapon is useless!
This weapon is useless. It's your damn weapon. Stop complaining.
I need to try a different weapon.
Everybody's just talking about how shit their weapons are. I don't understand where this is coming from. I think sometimes when they miss, they just blame it on their weapons. Fucking idiots. It's your own damn fault. Okay, it would appear this is the wall that we're looking for.
Oh, don't give me that look. I can manage the climb.
Sure you can, old man. I'm waiting for everybody to heal up, and then we'll save and we'll go for it. How do I know I'm not just gonna have the entire fort attacking me all at once?
More tallies to the body count.
Aye.
How about you tally this body count, bitch? How about the number of men that I slept with? It's more than the number of men you've killed, I guarantee it.
Well played!
I got it.
It's a pretty small fort, all things considered, unless this area over here is also part of it.
On it. On it.
Find out if they'll all clear the courtyard. How many people are in the courtyard? Hopefully not many.
Right.
I'm not here to make friends.
I think these guys over here are still
Are we ready for this?
unaware of my existence, which is perfect. Because I can just wail on these fuckers.
Ready? Will do. Can't do that.
There's a lot of killing for Pacifist Run. I pacifist as best as I can. Pacifist within reason. If they don't want to talk it out, then I can't do anything about that. What can I say? Oh, those are training dummies. I like that I can just stand here and let my guys heal until I'm ready for more combat.
Uh-huh.
Another battle. You think we're bad at making friends?
Are we ready for this?
I wonder if an actual pass this run is possible. I'm thinking not, to be real with you.
Sorry, I can't.
I think it should be possible just given the nature of the game, but I've been put into a lot of situations where combat just didn't seem to be an option. Like this one. Well, I killed the sages. Yes, use the power of earthquakes. Good job, boys. Enter the main courtyard. Fatebinder, head west into the main courtyard. I'll be right behind you. Just come with me, asshole. Ugh, whatever. Who's that? That's the Scarlet Chorus. Okay, here's where we meet in the fields of combat, I guess. I guess I have to do my best to try to mediate the situation. The chorus has breached the gate. Fall back. Well, here we go. Stand aside! Ascension Hall is ours, alone for the taking. Fifth Eye swings his spear in broad arcs as he roars in a cackling tenor. Withdraw at once, before you feel the weight of 1,000 chorus blades and bludgeons. No sooner would a family of maggots beat a pack of wolves. His favorite commander beckons the Scarlet Chorus forward. Come, I'll take you 5 at a time just to make things fair. So about the edict. Commander looks at you and gestures north. We'll stall them. You make a break for the inner sanctum. What? Can we just talk this out? Ugh, whatever. What's up, pussy? They're here. They breached the perimeter. They're in the keep. Whistling a shrill warning signal. The Oathbreaker falls back deeper into the keep. This is so sus. This is mad sus. This is a total trap. All right, we just saved, so.
Another battle. I think we're bad at making friends.
Wow, so I just instantly took a ton of damage right off the bat.
We can do this. That's how it's done.
Wait, I did that? Nice!
Await my signal.
Unstoppable!
I'm gonna debuff the man. Get burned, Smelly.
Right. I got it.
Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks?
Okay. Good start here. Can we knock down this barricade and go the way they don't want us to?
Sorry, I can't.
Doesn't seem that way.
I am a shield wall unto myself.
What have we here?
There's not enough of you here to stop us. I'm gonna
Right.
be real with you fellas.
We can do this. I got it.
It's a hit!
There's a secret here. Someone stored a fucking garnet inside that wall. Vendarian Guard food supplies are stored here. Most of it is comprised of vegetables grown in the tiers.
I'm not here to make friends.
we get it first.
On my command!
Don't worry, if I can tell, you're not making any friends. I got all.
On it. Can't do that. Fall before me.
None standing on.
The ice seems like it could be a problem.
I got it.
If I were a pussy.
Uh-huh.
Woman sounds like she's not here to make any friends. I'm not sure about that. Read scroll. Learn new spell core. Poggers. Variah Kell. Do I know this lady? Did I kill her sister? As you approach a company of Vandarian guards, you see Variah among the honor guard, its sun soldiers. She flashes you a look with a slight nod. Do I know this woman? Oh, she's Scarlet Chorus. That's right. This is the lady I let free. Sick. Offer a subtle nod to Variah in return. Variah's eyes lock on a nearby soldier. She draws her weapon to the shock of everyone around her. Let's go, gamers.
On it. Ready? Fall before me. I got it.
You guys didn't know I had a friend in here. Did she die? I think she died. Fucking idiot. You were a lot of fucking use. Should I have tried to keep her alive? Was there anything I could have done about that?
Where did all this blood come from?
Pity, you won't.
Smashed to pieces.
Yeah, she straight up fucking died. That's unfortunate. Was there any way I could have ensured that she survived that fight? I'm tempted to like reload and see if I can. Because like it seemed like she died really fast, so I don't know if there's anything I could do here. Letting her free didn't do anything for me. She just fucking died. Well, she should have used that potion protection before she fucking bit the big one, I guess. Found a helmet. It's not as good as my current helmet, but it might be better than not wearing a helmet. And you carry a shield, don't you? Is the shield better? Not really. Do I carry a shield? I do carry a shield. Is this better than my shield? Seems like it's better in pretty much every regard. I'll use it. It just has lower recovery. You don't wear a helmet either, do you? There you go. Now you do. Good for you, buddy. Just want to see if there's any crap I should have at the end of these halls, but it doesn't seem like it. What is up, assholes? Oh, hey, it's the magic lady. There's kind of a lot of guys here. This is a bit intimidating. Let's try to talk it out. Tarkus Ari. Do I know this person? So, you are the vanguard of Cairo's conquest. Not as tall as I imagined, but we can't choose our executioners. Already, word of our defiance spreads throughout the lands. You are 7 kinds of stupid if you think our war ends here. Before you stands Captain Tarkus Ari, de facto leader of the dwindling Vandarian Guard. Short, sunburned, and agitated even when standing still, her body is a compact sculpture of muscle and bone, and her face is short on symmetry thanks to the scars and dents of a dozen brushes with death. Though your lives will certainly end here, Here in Ascension Hall, she chortles, pointing upward towards the ceiling, its stone arches somehow supporting the massive weight of the spire overhead. Consider yourselves fortunate. Some of the finest rulers of Apex have met death by duel in this hallowed hall. Truly, there's no finer place to settle it in intractable feud. Sisters, brothers, Ari looks back to her cadre of soldiers with a solemn nod. It's been a privilege to lead and an honor to share in your final days. Taking a deep breath, she turns to you, waiting silently. You bring a lot of magic to fight directly beneath the spire, trying to bury us all? Just what sort of inbred fool are you? I'm but the first of your problems. The chorus and the disfavored are right behind me. And the only thing they have in common is a hatred of you. I feel like I can't scare her out of being here, but I might be able to scare them into not using magic. That's a risk I'm willing to take. The sage to her side emits a nervous cough and glances up with a concerned gaze. After a short moment of hesitation, the sage runs for the exit. Apparently, your sage is not willing to take that chance. Get back here! Ari shouts at the fleeing sage, but to no avail. What was I thinking, bringing a cowardly scribe to a swords fight? Eb was right about you lot. Sisters! Brothers! Okay, she keeps back on her other shit. What did you hope to gain from your rebellion? Nothing that we haven't already gained. Our pride, our dignity, these things you can never take from us. She smiles, her eyes distance for a moment. The Vandarian Guard could never stand against all of Kairos' forces, but we can teach others to resist. And maybe you'll run out of soldiers before we run out of stubbornness. But I doubt it. You already use Kairos currency, speak the language military control is a formality. But that's, Ari stammers, swatting at the air. That's just sophistry. Kairos speaks our language, not the other way around. Besides, that proves nothing other than the common history. But the Faebinders, but the Faebinders saying that Kairos is not just one enemy, but a massive force that can reach you even in times of peace. Armies and edicts are just two of the bloodier ways Kairos can control you. Good old Lantry, good dude. Seems your uprising amounted to nothing but dead kinsmen. And what did taking Vendrian's will cost you? How many disfavored corpses rust in the valley? How many choirmen fell to our blades? How goes the endless battle of the Blade Grave while you deal with us here? Ari laughs, wincing as she clutches her side. And tell me, are the Archons unified in victory? Did the armies bond in camaraderie over our deaths? Our stand here is the first of your problems. She's got a point there. You train your kinsmen to slow the inevitable, nothing more. We demonstrated that the armies of Kairos could be shamed by stubborn peasants. The Overlord's empire is vast, his armies numerous, his magic unstoppable, yet he cannot destroy our fighting spirit. Hardly the show of force I'd expect from a truly fearsome Overlord. I hope the argument keeps you warm in the emptiness of the void, guardsman. Any last words? Yes, a broad smile comes across Ari's face. To all the voices of Narat, we are most thankful for his aid. We would not have made it this far without his support. Oh shit. Narat's the one who formed a truce. That son of a bitch.
I'm not here to make friends.
That's concerning. I'm killing you first, 100%.
Sorry, I can't.
She down? I guess she's down. I guess she gets to live through this fight. Get killed, Smelly. It's just you left, my dude. Sucks to suck. We didn't even drop below 75% of our health. Oh, both these people survived. You worthless gnats. We may die, but others will follow our example. Mark my words. The captain coughs up blood. Feeble sounds like she's not here to make acquaintances. I really like that rephrasing.
You've bested our leadership. Their leadership. Most impressive. Remind me never to underestimate the skills of a fate binder. I'm honored to have a hand in the glory. I'm sure your Archon will be pleased that I managed to do your job for you. Betray Alliance. Now you arrive? I shed blood to take Ascension Hall. This place, the spire, the valley, it's mine. All of you be gone.
Now this is a big dick move. Oh, it's so tempting. That's so tempting. Should I do it? Should I just fucking lay down my cock on the table and tell them to go fuck themselves? Ooh. Send it? It's so tempting. It's so tempting. But if I do this, like, neither group will be on my side anymore. And I feel like it'd be a bad thing to anger the disfavored at this point, since we know the Voices of Nerat was working with the Oathbreakers. Should I do it just for the meme, or should I actually think about this for a second? Save state? Can I save mid-conversation? I can't. I guess it did save right before I entered this room, so it's not like I can't just redo all of that. I'm so curious. I have to see what happens. Sputtering up blood between belly laughs, the captain snickers with delight. Kairos pawns divide in victory. Priceless. Fatebinder, I know the heart races after battle, but I think on what you are saying. His favored legion laid siege this valley up for 2 span. If you're serious about your claim, then I'll have to give orders I don't wish to give. But if I betray the disfavored, do I at least get the chorus on my side, or am I just fucking on my own after that point?
Draw your iron. First the chorus, not the Fatebinder. Shields up! The disfavored commander gestures for her company to attack. Why is... I'm so surprised that Barrick is fighting with me, to be honest.
I'll hit you twice as hard next time.
I'm getting too old for this.
Sorry, I can't.
Such a strange turn of events now. I did say I wanted to, like, take control of everything after this was over. That was something I wanted to do. This is kind of the ultimate form of that.
Take that!
I feel much improved.
Does this count as us taking over the tiers, like I wanted, or like was the intention of the game? The clatter and madness of combat has finally ceased. Ascension Hall is, for a moment, tranquil. I have gained wrath with everybody. Everybody hates me now. In spite of her wounds, Arya is laughing, holding her guts together while a steady trickle of blood steams between her fingers. You have doomed us and handed the tears to Kairos. I hope you and all the other pillaging horrors choke on your victory. This can't be. Erin Marshall falls to her knees, unable to prop herself up to fight. This was to be our moment of glory. Traitorous swine, you ruined everything. With those words of defeat, the burning hum you've heard in your head for days on end tapers off into nothing. Your mind returns to a state of quiet you've not felt since before you proclaimed the edict upon Vandarian's well. So the edict's done, and I have control of everything. And with that, Kairos' edict of execution should be no more. Feel a slight tug in your chest as a warm energy begins to form around you. Before you know it, feel as if you are lighter than air. A great weight has been lifted off my shoulders, or I'm ascending. Now go mad with power. The fuck is happening? Did I just turn into God? I guess it's called the Tower of Ascension. Sure seems like I'm ascending. I'm getting a bunch of achievements for this. I mean, I feel like I had every right to take over. Like, these guys didn't do jack shit until I got here. So this is fair, I feel like. You blink away the last of the luminescent trails in your fields of vision. The masonry of Ascension Hall is replaced with wide open space in every direction, save for the slab of ancient stone beneath your feet. High winds shove you, pushing you off balance. The air is cool and thin, unsatisfying to your lungs. Is this? Landry looks out to the horizon, wide-eyed with excitement. Yes, this must be the spire! When was the last time? Landry's eyes look down over the ledge. Dumbstruck by the vertical plunge, Landry backs away from the edge. I may need to retch. This is certainly a change. The wind ruffles the feathers in her hair and Verse quickly smooths them down. A damn cold change. She peers over the edge. Think I could land on my feet if I jumped? Not that it would matter for long. Kairos be merciful. What now? Beric spins around on his feet, looking about, trying to take in as much as he can through the narrow visors of his helmet. Either way you look, mountains rise up along a distant horizon. The rivers and forests below bring to mind maps of Vendrian's Well, and you'd quickly trace the Mitanni, the Irinev, and all the numerous waterways of the region. Higher than you imagine, this is indeed the pinnacle of the spire at Vendrian's Well. How did we get all the way up here? Ari strains to stand, clutching her side. Don't stand up, you are pussy. You are not fucking cool. Merciful Kairos, what's going on? The Iron Marshal clutches her side, steadying herself up against the high winds. Is this a trick from the voices of Nerat? The edict is gone, and I don't think we're dead, Landry shrugs. We all could feel the edict passing. No doubt the soldiers below are sensing it too, and the Archons as well. I claim this spire as my lawful court. Send word to Graven Ash. He will find no welcome here. It is my lawful court. It is mine now. More cocky than the Vendrian Guard. More arrogant than the voices of Nerat. You surprised me today, Fate Binder. I wonder how Tunon will react to your impertinence. No need to flaunt your treachery. I'll inform the Ash myself. She glances around the edge of the spire once I figure out how to take my leave. I will let you leave with your life. Go through that portal and send Ash my message. Getting down is the easy part. We'll place a note on your person, and odds are it won't get lost in the splatter. I'm so tempted to just fucking kick him off the spire. I mean, this is just someone I have to deal with later if I don't, right? Savage! The Iron Marshal shakes with fury. This favorite have never seen a betrayal as total and merciless as this. When Ash gets his vengeance, the example he makes of you will cause the enemies of Kairos to weep. Write down your declaration of control. To Lantry, take a dictation, please. Yeah, I should make Lantry do it. If you so require it, Aquila appears in one hand, parchment in the other, and Lantry writes in long flowing hand, your declaration of control. Once done, he hands you the parchment with a stern look. I'll swear you the comments about wishing my work made an impact. Took the note in her gauntlet, pushed her off the edge. Let's see if Graven Ash can protect you from this. This is so fucked. I love it. Later, pussy. As you move closer, the Iron Marshal relents, presenting her arm for you to slide the parchment into the sleeve of her iron gauntlet. She walks to the edge of the spire, tucking the note securely before turning to you, standing as proudly as her numerous wounds allow. She gives you a silent nod. You give a stiff push. Her armored form sails downward, quietly through the clouds down to the valley below. I am going mad with power, baby. Woo! But does she land on her feet? Somehow, if she did, I feel like her feet would fucking explode underneath her. So, out of the corner of your eye, you spot the Vendrian guard captain bracing herself to stand, clutching her wound and setting her footwork against the high winds. I haven't forgotten you, Captain. Nor did I expect you to. She peers out over the ledge. Let's get this over with, shall we? I'm not going to let her live. That'd be a terrible idea. Still alive? That can be solved. Wounded and weary, Captain Tarkus Ari offers no resistance. With a single stroke, he put the battered warrior to rest. Goodbye, my friend. Ebb nods slowly towards Ari's corpse. So ends the finest patriots of Apex. She clears her throat and turns to you with a forced smile. I trust I'm next. I don't know. I feel like she could be useful. She could be useful, I feel like. No doubt on the very definition of an enemy of the Overlord. I didn't just resist. I led others into the resistance. Pacifist run, by the way. No! This is the tyranny run! We're doing the tyranny run of tyranny. I changed my mind. Words mean nothing in the face of my power! No doubt I'm the very definition of enemy of the Overlord. I didn't just resist. I led others into resistance. So I know what's about to happen. But I know when I've met my match, and like most folks, I'll do whatever it takes to live. If you will show me mercy, I'll pledge my life to you, good fate binder. The Tidecaster bows on one knee, lowering her gaze. I know I'm an oathbreaker, so my word isn't what it used to be, but I promise if you spare me, I will serve you well. I think I should take her into my command. You know, I need as many allies as I can get after fucking betraying everybody. My mercy has a price. What will stay your hand if not my service? Is it wealth you desire? I have plenty stashed out the tears. I can lead it to you. Lead you to it. I want the knowledge of the Tidecasters. If that is what you require, she locks eyes with you, her face stern and cold. I will endeavor to train you. It may take time, but if I am left alive and in good health, I will show you the secrets of the School of Tides. Yes, now I have gained power. Then swear fealty to me. I, Ebb of the Tidecasters, do hereby pledge my life and loyalty to Big Bitch. I am the biggest bitch! She who rules over all! She dips in a short bow before meeting your eyes with a trembling smile. I will serve and obey until such a time as I am freed from my obligations. Okay, now I have to decide who's on my party. I'm feeling like Verse is not with me here. So Ebb is probably the one I should take. I mean, I don't know where Barrick's loyalties lie right about now. The biggest picture is not here for friends. Yeah, you know what? Verse isn't here for friends. So you know what? Neither am I. Bye, Verse. Vendrian's well has fallen for the second time since the conquest began, but not in any way that Kairos forces could have anticipated. You claimed Ascension Hall for yourself, turning on your disfavored allies and halting their near-victorious offensive. Graven Ash and his legions are shamed and dismayed by your treachery and pledged themselves to your annihilation. Though you stepped out from under the Overlord's shadow, you nevertheless satisfied the terms of the edict, removing the death sentence for everyone in the valley. No sooner had this peace settled than a new danger eclipsed it. The civil war between Kairos forces. The individual 2 times chromosome sounds like she's not here to make companions. Probably shouldn't be in the party. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man. With the threat of execution no longer looming overhead, the Overlord's armies turned their attention away from the Citadel and towards each other. The tensions that flared over the long siege reached an explosive crescendo as the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus armies clashed iron and bronze in a hasty, disorganized battle. The voices of Narat and his officers escaped to the Stone Sea, leaving their conscript army to carry on their fight against the disfavored. Before the conflict could claim further lives, Graven Ash and his disfavored legion broke camp and withdrew to their fortress in the Blade Grave. Both armies turned their backs to the Spire, your new, unassailable seat of power.
You can feel the Archon's boiling hatred from the pinnacle. As days passed, the wounded and injured were nursed to health. You explored your strange bastion and planned your next step with careful deliberation. As word spreads that the Scarlet Chorus and disfavor turn on each other, factions once resolved to bend the knee are inspired instead to continue fighting. The Archon's feud has heralded the collapse of Kairos' offensive. Tunon, the Archon of Justice, observes the chaos and discord spreading across the land. The Archon summons his Fatebinder to return to the court at the Bastard City and report on her actions in Vendrian's Well. On Vendrian's Well. I don't know why I keep mispronouncing that. From the top of the spire, you can make out the distant features of Vendrian's Well and the mountains beyond. A few vague, twisted lines of purple and red show the retreat of Kairos forces. Safe to say, your Lord Tunon will want to hear of what transpired. Kairos forces have withdrawn. That's one less headache. Do I have to go to the Bastard City or what? Are we stuck up here? The dizzying energy from the spire falters. Whatever force awoke the powers that reside here gutters and fades. Though a faint hum persists in the sculpture at the center. The humming from the curious sculpture pulses and builds in volume as if to draw your attention. Reputation ability unlocked. Vendrian Guard Wrath ability, drain strength. You acquired Mountain Spire. Yeah, I think I gained a lot of abilities just now. So now I have Light of Grave, which is a combo ability. Ebb surround yourselves in a glow of grave-like energy while affected the party's attacks will transfer health from enemies. Iron Trolling, combo ability. The Fatebinder mocks a target, removing their ability to parry or dodge, while Barrack radiates energy, taunting all nearby enemies and bolstering the party's armor. I think I already had that. Drain Strength. Siphon magic finesse and resolve from enemies in a cone and channel it back to you for a brief moment. I like the sound of that.
Aye.
On closer inspection, a series of symbols carved around the base of the structure come into view. One symbol pulses with a blue-white glow. The pattern resembles the glowing lines of light seen on the floor of the Ascension Hall moments before you found yourself transported above the clouds. As you stare at the symbol, the chill of the wind abates and your chest swells with warmth. The air finally feels welcoming, your lungs sated at last. Alright, be careful going any closer. This whole tower is humming with energies that we don't understand, and Lantry holds his quill poised above a sheet of parchment with anticipation. Now, I didn't say back away. Let's find out what it does. Just be cautious. I can feel power running through this place. Ebb surveys the surroundings, her gaze sweeping to the object at the center. You can sense the magic of the spire even from down below. But up here, this close to the axis of the spire, the deluge of energy is numbing. I feel dizzy. Do you feel dizzy? Barrack massages the brow of his helmet, causing a howl of grinding iron to echo across the expanse. What is this thing? The surface of the stone edifice trembles at your words. For a brief moment, the solid rock undulates the same motion as the quiet pond rippled by rain. An echo bounces back from afar, your voice distorted and unfamiliar. Is this thing? Your voice, for a moment, it sounded like song. The sculpture is once again still. There is a rush warmth across through your body. A jolt of enervation that steadies your balance. A barrage of tactile sensation floods your mind as you feel footsteps and wind, but not on your face or your limbs. A moment later, the flood of information begins to make sense. You are feeling the wind against the spire, and even the weight of your own feet, as if the spire were a second spine. So I've just become one with the spire, have I? With this connection made, you feel your awareness pull from this place, not as a traveler, but as one glimpsing from the world from impossibly far away. In this moment, there is nothing that you cannot see, though you see it nearly all at once in a flood of sensation that is difficult to parse. You see a spire at the crossing of an ancient stone structure, two walls extending off into the distance. At the base of the eternal spire, settlers and merchants act in every way unconcerned, toiling under the observation and unforgiving taskmasters. As the shadow of the spire falls over them, the mood changes. The settlers pause in shared unease and look up at the sky toward you. Some of the faces looking at you are familiar. You recognize the place as Lethian's Crossing, where you served during the war. Near the settlement, built at the joining of the ancient walls, you see a breach in the massive masonry, a cleft into the forbidden, hidden realm within the old walls. Drift into the old well's entrance. Shadow envelops you, muting all sound and vision with slight delay. There is a feeling of perversion, of wrongness, where the arcane powers allowing your senses to drift free of your body seems to falter. Whatever arcane power is allowing your senses to drift free of your body seems to falter in this place. Figures haunt the stone halls, drifting emanations of cloud, claw, and fang. They pay you no heed, but you fear them all the same. In the depths of this forbidden place, the deepest chamber is bathed in light. An arcane symbol illuminates the floor, though the details hurt your eyes when you focus. With a gentle tug, your focus pulls back to a new horizon, though it takes you a moment to recognize it as Vendrian's well. You return to the awareness of your immediate surroundings. The effect leaves you unsteady on your feet. Drift closer to the spire. The spire feels similar to the one you now occupy, though instead of radiating arcane light, it reeks of dust and crumbling stone, a branch withering once pulled from its tree. It reaches for you with a barely perceptible tug. So this is a different spire than the one I'm standing on currently, possibly one that is fallen out of power, but is still connected to my spire. Am I at the top of the goddamn world tree? Did I just connect myself to the entire world? The link between you and the spire recedes. The arcane bond is still present, but the mystical energies for the moment are quiet. Your body flooded with excitement and fatigue, it's unclear whether the mystic connection is strengthening you or siphoning. The tower offers nothing but by way of answer, and you know that asking would only yield more silence and mysteries. Sounds like a lot of power. It sounds like I just got the powers of a god, which is good because I seem to have turned against the power of a god to do this. The deluge of sensation is over, but the positions of the other spires still linger in your mind. From your vantage point atop the mountain spire, you can easily spot the mysterious structures, each of them rising high above their distant surroundings. So there's other spires that I'm now connected to, it sounds like. Did you sense that? Lantern signs a long sigil in the air, squinting at you as he works his cantrip. The ripples are everywhere. When you move, the magic of this place stirs and churns. The portal over there was burning braziers. They all grow more intense as you approach. I think it's responding to your presence. Hate to interrupt the wool gathering, but did you just resolve one of Kairos' edict, which is at least... But you did just resolve one of Kairos' edicts, which is at least as remarkable as ascending a spire. Am I the only one who thinks they might be related? Beric plants his feet and crosses his arm. As the lawful holder of the spire, it is your duty to find out as much about it as possible. That includes understanding edicts as well. If you forget your responsibilities, I'll be only too happy to remind you. It sounds like Beric's on my side, but not 100% yet. It also sounds like I may have gained the ability to write edicts. I may have found the seed of Kairos' power and taken it for myself. Maybe. I simply do not know. Find a way to Lethian's Crossing spire. Investigate the spire.
At once.
Received a missive from the Bled Mark. Where do I look at that? Do I have new skill points? I do.
I'm gonna go with mark enemy. That seems like a good one. Wait, I have another point. I like that one too. Wait, do these guys have? Oh, these guys have talent trees too. I guess I should look into that, huh? Where is this missive that I have to deal with? What is this? It's just a hat I found, I guess. So Scarlet Chorus don't care for me right now. Neither do Disfavored. Vendrian Guard. The Vendrian Guard fucking hate me. Athenian's Crossing still favors me. Lantry's more afraid of me than loyal towards me. Barrick's kind of both afraid and loyal towards me. Oh, Verse was actually pretty loyal to me. I probably should have kept Verse, but... Well, too late now. And Eb's kind of in between at the moment. Graven Ash and Voices of Nerat both fucking hate me. Spell sigils. Spire upgrades. Okay, this is interesting. Missives, here we go. When did I get so many missives? Okay, hang on. There was at least one of these that I, like, responded to, right? Which one was it? Yes, it is. Big bitch, the wrath of the Overlord falls heavily upon those who have earned it, and we are but instruments of Kairos with terrible will. Disobedience, incompetence, and betrayal require the harshest possible response, lest the world falter and descend again into anarchy. Forget not who you serve, and know that all you do in the name of order and tranquility. That name is Kairos. Big bitch, the Archons inform me that the recapture of the Citadel from the Vendrian insurrections continues apace. That they wrote me separately of their divergent tactical intentions and engenders no small concern, but I trust now in your efforts. May your goodwill see you through the coming confrontation with glory and success and back to the safety of our courts. I'm just going to thank him. As always, your words don't fortify me against the imminent difficulty and strife. I eagerly anticipate returning to your hall. A reasonable discussion of the Overlord's legal code appeals greatly after the discord of this campaign. May the current claim your worthless life. I don't know when I got this. Okay, this is the new one. Kid. Who's sending me this? Bled and Mark? Who the fuck is that? It appears you've gotten yourself into a bit of trouble. But was it treachery or merely a misstep? In the heat of combat, gut intuition is not infallible. I'll give you that. Of course, most do understand that there'll be little more than a warm splatter on the ground should they decide to fight both foe and ally at once. Your saving grace is the Spire Awakening, which has floored even the Adjudicator. However, if you defy the Overlord again, the court will have no choice but to also openly denounce you. I would caution you to tread more carefully should you truly wish to walk among the righteous and chosen. This path you now skirt is one of darkness and death. Will you keep closer to the light or the shadows, as they say? Choose correctly, or I'll be compelled to kill you as I have slain countless detractors and Archons before. Understand? However, perhaps most luckily for you, as an acting agent of the court, you still have a chance for redemption. Your penchant for mayhem has brought discord on our conquests and erred our allies. Should you become caught by one of them, my guess is they'll have an interesting punishment awaiting you. Come to an agreement with Asher and Nerat, and we all would rest easier. Do hurry, if you'd like to live a bit longer. Archon of Shadows and Court Blades. So this guy's going to kill me if I don't ally with somebody, is that what he's saying? Hold the misses of over candlelight.
Oh, there's a secret message. Kid, you've got guts. I'll give you that. Of course, there'll be little more than a warm splatter on your spire's floor if you defy the Overlord again. So openly, I would caution you to tread more carefully should you truly wish to walk this path of darkness. Keep closer to the shadows as they say, or I'll be compelled to kill you as I have slain countless detractors and archons before. Understand? Actually, this guy kind of seems like he's on my side. However, perhaps most luckily for you, your penchant for mayhem has caught my interest. Come to Ashwild, and if you'd like to live a little bit longer, Mark. This is interesting. I'm finding an ally in the Archon of Shadows. I like that. Accept his advice. All right, so we got to meet with that dude. Curious to see what he'll have to say. Oh man, I have to level everybody up. Fuck. This is so interesting. I have to stop playing here today though. This game, like, all the amount of talking that it takes to play this game is exhausting. It tires out my throat and I get like a headache from it. So I can't play it for too long at any given time. But fuck, what an interesting set of events today. Your boy's fucking taking over power. I'm fucking. Seems like a lot of dialogue. It certainly is. Also, my stream's bitrate is currently getting fucked. So if the stream is getting a bit laggy, that's why. Although now it just shot up to 12,000 kilobytes per second, which is usually an issue on Twitch then. Okay, it should be good now. But what an interesting turn of events. I wish Bill was here for this. He would have loved to see me just fucking take power. What a 180 type of run, honestly. Well, okay, I did say at the beginning of this of my campaign here that I wanted to slap my fat cock down on the table and become the leader of this whole thing. That was what I said. I wanted to be like above, like I came into this as kind of like a neutral third party, and I wanted to, at the end of it, be above both of them. This is kind of the ultimate version of that. So it's been fine, just a few stutters, but mostly fine. Okay, good. Surprisingly, I'm looking at the achievements that I got from doing this. Only 10% of players have kicked someone off the spire. So if that gives you some idea how off the rails I've gone. Only 32% of players have claimed Ascension Hall. I'm so curious to see where this goes next. I really want to meet up with that Mark guy. I feel like he might aid and abet my efforts, so to speak. I wonder what percent of most people even open the games they buy. That's my favorite thing to do because I'm such a big FromSoft fanboy. My favorite thing to do is to look at FromSoft game achievement percentages and see how many people drop off at certain points. So if we look at Elden Ring's achievement percentages, only 80% of players actually make it to Roundtable Hold. And that literally is like 1 hour into the game. So that's 20% of people have bought the game and not played it, or 20% of people that have given up before even ever reaching that point. And then after that, an additional 5% drop off before beating the first boss. Then another 7%. And it just keeps dropping from there. By the time you reach the final boss, only, where is it? Oh, I guess there's not an achievement for being that specific boss. So it's hard to tell because there's different endings. So you can't really tell how many people actually reach the ending. But at the very least, only 37% of people beat the boss before the final boss. So only 40% of players actually make it close to the end of the game. And then if we go for Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3, let's see here. Is there an achievement for beating the... No, there isn't. It's always hard to tell. It's hard to tell how many people actually beat the game, because each of the endings has its own achievement, and a lot of people, including myself, get multiple and go for multiple endings and get them. So
It's impossible to tell like how many people actually beat the game, but like, let's see, only 40% of people beat the last boss before the final boss. So kind of the same deal with Elden Ring. 60% of people don't make it to the end of the game. I love looking at shit like that. It's so interesting. All right, I'll be back tomorrow. I believe I have plans to play more Elden Ring co-op with Sean, so that'll be what we're doing. At some point, I need to play America Truck Simulator because they dropped a new state, and you boys got to drive through that state. But next Wednesday, we'll be playing more Bayonetta, and next Saturday, I imagine we'll be playing more Tyranny. Gotta think a sizable percentage only get one ending. I only ended up doing that on SMTV. SMTV, what is SMTV? I don't know what SMTV is. Yes, I imagine most people only get one ending. Most people are only going to beat these games once. But there are players like myself who are going to play the game multiple. I mean, Elden Ring, Shin Megami Tensei 5. Oh, well, isn't that like a 200-hour game? I can't blame you for getting only one ending on that game. I, like, since getting Elden Ring, have already beaten it twice and gotten 2 of the endings. Dark Souls 3, I've gotten every ending. Sekiro, I've gotten every ending. Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2, I've gotten both of the endings. Bloodborne, I've only gone for the true ending because I want to fight the true final boss. What other games have I played that have multiple endings? There aren't a lot of games that I replay. Can't even think of any. It was like 60, but the ending split wasn't until 56 hours in. Well, like the point at which, like the game diverges. Is that what you mean? So you'd have to replay 56 hours before you saw anything new. Makes sense that you only went for one ending then. Yeah, where you commit to an ending. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right, I'm going to end the stream now. Yeah, tomorrow, more co-op with Sean. Co-op with Sean last night was really fun, so I imagine it'll be really fun tomorrow, too. We're going to be exploring Stormvale Castle, which I think he'll really enjoy, because it's the first, like, proper dungeon of the game. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later, JT. Bye-bye.